to Coffin, Rock Victoria Bathory here with the Forever Lost, an emo hard rock metal band out of the Chicago area. How are you doing tonight?
Great!
Rockin'.
Very good.
Okay, well before we start this interview, how about you introduce yourselves?
I'm Robert Ziss, guitars.
Mike Norwell, bass.
Randy, I do vocals.
Chris, I do vocals. Sean Twick, I drum.
Garrett, I play rock guitar.
Okay, nice to meet you all. How did you come up with the name for your band?
That's a good question. How did that happen?
I pitched the idea of Lost Forever, and then Chris kind of
It sounded
changed
wrong,
around.
so you need to change that so it's the Forever
Yeah, it
Lost.
didn't flow right.
Yeah.
It's a bit fluid. Like
The Lost Forever.
Doesn't
It
work.
didn't
that
have
works.
the in the beginning of it. It was just Lost Forever.
That sounds
Nothing
terrible.
too spectacular.
Well, it's still a really cool band name. It works. Do you have any musicians or bands that influence you guys?
I want to go first on that.
Oh God, we'll be here all day.
Yeah.
Individually.
Okay, well, I guess we start.
Well, I go all the way back to like Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and then I've listened to like pretty much everything that has came out through the ages. So, biggest influence I would have to say for me early on was Kiss.
Mine would foremost be Korn. Period. Then on the rockish side, though, I'm gonna have to go with Soil. Big Soil fan.
Typo Negative.
Feel the deal. Feel the deal.
Some of the Smiths. Mostly a lot of Typo Negative.
Nice.
Typo.
Yes, it's your
I
turn.
can go on for a long time. I'll try to break it down. My
Maybe
favorite
at
band's
least
in-
top
I can-
5, like minimize yourself.
I'll try my best.
He's gonna break his brain trying to do that.
Oh.
My favorite band is him, his Infernal Majesty. This is where I gained a lot of my singing virtues from. And a lot of heavy stuff I do listen to. I can go from deathcore to death metal. So Visual K from Japan, rock, just a lot of metal and rock, pretty much. I couldn't really break it down because there's just so many. I couldn't start or begin or even end. So that's my answer for that.
Hey, Sean.
Slipknot, that's it, same what he said. I can go on and on, I'm not even gonna bother. Slipknot. That's like my main, like my heart and soul band.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Period.
You have it yourself.
Oh gosh, let's do
We'll
top
be here
5.
all day.
I'm gonna do top 5 as well. Number 1, I would have to say is Metallica because they were my favorite band in high school, along with Korn and Slipknot. But Metallica was like my first metal band that was like I discovered by myself, which is awesome. And I have to put in Killswitch Engage because Adam D and his guitar style is what I like to base my guitar off of. And always, I don't know, I just became a big fan of them immediately when I saw them.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest questions to answer. Because there's way too many
Yeah,
options
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Especially nowadays.
Yes, especially nowadays. How did you all meet?
Well, I can say some of this because 3 of us, or 4 of us actually,
4 of us.
are from a different band. But I met him in high school. I already knew one of our older members in another band. And I met him at a
At a cafe. I was working at a cafe. at the
Randomly
time.
showed up.
That's the best way to meet someone.
Yeah, I was-
At a buffet,
yeah.
you're
He-
in line
he
trying
was
to
the-
get some pasta.
He was the kid that just sat behind the
Him-
counter with
him
his
and his-
Slipknot shirt on
Yeah.
with his sunglasses.
Yeah.
Like,
Him and his dad walked in, and I was working at a cafe at the time. And
God,
I
I
was
was like 17.
there was a band called As I Lay Dying, and I was wearing the As I Lay Dying shirt. He was like, "Oh, you like them too?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then, boom, him and his
Instant
dad-
friends.
Yeah,
My
him
dad
and
brought
his
him over,
dad
like,
randomly
"Yo,
walked in.
here you go."
Yeah,
after we were already trying to start a band at that point. But
yeah.
going to
Happily
this,
ever
I
after.
met Rob through Sean's landlord.
He's actually sitting right behind
Back
us.
there.
Actually, what happened was
I'm back here.
is there was a band called Sacred Lie that's on hiatus that I was in. Randy came into the picture.
They found me in a
at
bar.
near the end. Basically, she just decided to come over to this. Figured it was more her style. And then that's how I met these guys because Sacred Light did shows with Aces to Ashes.
And Sean was always here anyway.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
That's kind of how it is. That's the basic gist of it. We can go on about that, but
I
that
lived
takes up
here.
so much
We're-
time.
Yeah.
At one point for like a month and a half, I
Everything is an arduous
slept right there.
journey.
I'm just
after
the new
night.
That's a word.
Arduous.
Today I claim that as one.
Yeah, we
You have to get
recruited.
3 people to
I've
use it to make it a real
spoken.
word.
We recruited Garrett actually last week, was it?
Yeah.
Last week. It was
Yeah.
last
Last week and a half,
It's
something like
been
that.
officially a week
Days
that
ago.
he's been in the band.
Yeah.
Well,
He's been to show.
congratulations.
He's yeah.
Yay!
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the newest.
Not new to
Year
the
over year.
friendship, but new to the band.
Yeah.
Right.
What sparks your creativity?
A lot.
That's a good question.
I think I can take. I think I can
Wow.
take
I'm
this
staying
one.
out of this answer because
Go ahead, Jared.
And I can answer for the fact that since the first band with this group of people was Aces to Ashes with these four right here, a lot of our inspiration kind of derived through high school, and how like most of us were kind of like outcasts, like picked on a lot, and we found friendship within that, and we all like the same kind of music, and we're just like, hey, we like playing music. Let's do something. Let's do something off of that.
Oh yeah.
Especially from a lot of successful metal musicians, they'll tell you I channel all my anger and all my hatred and all that stuff through my music, and it's almost like a therapy.
It's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. Like a
And
release.
it's a better way to take out your anger.
Yeah.
To speak for myself, because I'll need to say it. Like it comes from a lot of things in my life. Stuff I watch. Things I do. Like personally, and I have no drawbacks or any filters when I do write my music. So like anything goes in my opinion, but mostly something more on the serious lines, depending on just on the mood basically, or whatever I'm feeling, or an event, or some pastime, or whatever, just anything. So I don't think anything should be filtered or blocked, with creating songs and music. So that's my answer for that.
Just read and watch a lot of really creepy shit and pull inspiration from there.
My answer is literally what you two said.
I just throw on my earphones and I rock out. I want to move around.
There you go.
For me, it's pretty much the same thing what Garrett said already.
literally what he said.
Well,
too.
good
That too.
answers.
Mike dances with his face.
Yeah, man. It's
Like
groovy.
Just
Rhythm.
imagine
You gotta
it
move
all
with the
started
It's
rhythm.
almost like I know you all.
Ice cubes. Okay, is there a story behind that?
Well, him finding out about the
Oh yeah, how I started playing bass. How I started playing bass. How I got into it was with Fieldy, but how I just attempted to play was I was at Mother's Day back in 2007, and my cousin was throwing ice cubes at me. And I told him if he threw another one at me, I was gonna go run upstairs into his room and grab his airsoft gun and shoot him in the eyeball with it. And so, he threw another one. So I ran up to his room looking for it, couldn't find it. I found his bass though, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll pick it up, and I started playing it. I was like, got into it, and then.
Then he called me.
Well, first I got my graduation present, which was a Fender Squire because it came with an amp.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know how to play yet, so why not that? And
He was
then
50, he was a
well, because he was
Squire.
whining and complaining at Tech Campus because we went to the same place through high school, and then we didn't go to the same high school. But I told him that I heard you needed a bass, like a bassist, because he was whining and complaining about it. He was like, oh yeah, that's true, I do. I'm like, well,
At first I didn't know who you were. I'm like, who are you?
Well, you knew me when I was telling you this. The hell?
Yeah.
That'd be even creepier. Like you don't even know him. He's just like, I heard you do bass.
I heard you do bassist.
Oh no, that would be pretty funny.
Who are you?
Anonymous. But no, yeah. So I told him, and then I told him I just had to get some stuff done like in the summer, and then I'll give him a call. And then that's when came over, met our other guitarist, and then just kind of went from there.
Interesting story.
Yes.